Ladies and gentlemen, guys and dolls, welcome to another edition of Pod Tiki video for your Insta, for your YouTubes, for your snaps, for your chats, for everything you're doing out there. Quick little snippets to let you know about the cocktail we're making this week, this month, this time, whenever you're tuning in, whenever you're looking. My name is Tony, and of course, today we're making a drink, obviously, but we're steering away from tiki. In fact, we're steering away from the U.S. and Prohibition altogether. We're going way across the ponds to a place that I'm quite fond of because it's my ethnic background. We're going over to Italy, back circa 1919, 1920. And we're going to make a drink that has become, the fervor for this drink in the last 5 years, at least what I've noticed around here, has exploded. And I can tell you why. Because this time of year especially, here it is, Father's Day weekend, middle of June. This is the perfect spring drink to kind of take you out of those heavy, bourbony, sipping type of rums, and then into a bright, floral, summery finish. And this is the perfect go-between. You know I'm talking about the bittersweet, fruity, floral extravagance that is the Negroni. All right? And it's super simple. It's so easy, and you can make so many riffs on it. But today, because I am a purist at heart, today we're making the classic. And it starts off, well, I'm not going to give too much history because I want you guys to go check out the episode, podtiki.com, Spotify, iHeart, Google Play, Apple Podcasts, all that stuff. Read the blog if you don't want to listen to the podcast, but please go listen to the podcast, subscribe. So the backstory to this is very interesting and very cool, and I don't want to blow it here. It's one of the anytime there's a cocktail history, especially something from 100 years ago, it's going to be marred with some doubt. You know, it's going to be a little cloudy. It's going to be perhaps erroneous or at least apocryphal in some areas. But the story itself is very cool, and if it's true, it's probably one of the coolest ones we've ever covered. So go check it out at podtiki.com or Spotify or Apple, wherever you listen to your podcast. Today we're going to start out with 3 ingredients, and it's super simple. Of course, the main ingredient of a Negroni is actually not even the spirit. It's the Campari. Campari is a bitter, it's a fruity, bittersweet kind of, I almost don't want to say cherry, because when you look at the red, you think cherry, but it's almost more like a bitter curacao, like a citrus red. It tastes like red, but it tastes bittersweet. It's really, really good. You can drink it straight over ice with a little spritzer in it, but it's the main ingredient coming out of Italy from the Campari family. It's been around for hundreds of years, and it is delicious. Next, of course, we're going to use some sweet Italian vermouth. Now, you got to go buy some decent vermouth. I'm not saying go spend the $30 on the high-end stuff or the $40 on the high-end stuff, but step up from that Martini and Rossi. You know, like if spring for this. If you're gonna get the $6 bottle, spring for a $10 bottle, and you'll definitely notice the difference. Make sure too that your vermouth is fresh. Remember, it is a fortified wine product, so just like a wine or a port, once you open it, you've got to refrigerate it, and it's only going to be good for. I'll squeeze a month out of it, but honestly, I understand why people buy the cheap stuff. You don't go through it and you waste it because it goes bad. But when you buy a fresh bottle and you open it up, it really does smell like a wine product, and that's what like it should. After a while, you start noticing it kind of deteriorate, and it starts. Even the sweet stuff starts tasting more and more dry, like a white vermouth, and then eventually it just kind of peters out into it's a very bland kind of base grapey spirit. But this one here is what is this? This is vermouth vino aromatizzato. And it actually tastes like a port. It's so viney. It's really good. And then for the gin, I'm using Bombay Sapphire. I guess you can go with whatever you want. Privateer just came out with a tiki gin that is very delicious. I just haven't got my hands on some yet. That would be my choice to go to. But London Dry, I use a London Dry because I find that it's got the perfect amount of juniper and floralness while still being a little dry and having a kind of a bitter a full body to it. Some of these newer craft gins, they go too heavy on the floral and the junipers and I like the juniper to be forward, but I don't need all the botanicals to be like so in your face that it tastes like I'm licking potpourri. All right, it still should be a balanced spirit. That's why I go with the Bombay. They're time tested, a true This is such a simple drink, guys. When you learn how to make it, you're just gonna drink them all day. It's a great for an 11s, which I'm, look at the clock right now. It's about 10 to 1 here in Nashville, and I missed my 11s this morning, but I'm gonna have my 1s as soon as I get done with this. We're gonna start out super simple, 1 ounce of each. All right. Put it into a mixing beaker here, filled with crushed ice or regular ice. We're going to do 1 ounce of vermouth. I tell you guys, invest in some cocktail pours. It makes life so much easier, and you spill so much less expensive booze. And then 1 ounce of Campari. 1 ounce each, all right? Easy peasy. Stir this up. Take a look at the trees and the sunshine glowing. Look at the people going to the pool. That's where I'm heading after this. Oh, my palm tree blew over. Stir it up till the ice frost or the glass frosts over. You kind of you'll feel it kind of loosen up to get that dilution just right in there. You do want to dilute it always a little bit. I mean, true cocktails have the water in them, one of the ingredients. Pour it over a large cube. I prefer a large cube rather than on the rocks because I feel like on the rocks will dilute it too much. And of course you get that beautiful, nice red hue. Look at that. It's not bright red because you do have that purple vermouth in there. It keeps it kind of almost like a just a hint of brown in there with like off red, so it's not bright like a vermilion red, but it's more of like a blood, like a wine, almost like a sangria. For having no sweetener in it, the sweetness it pops with the bitterness, and it's a perfect balance. The sweetness gets on your tongue first, almost a bit cloying, like saccharin, but then that fades away, and the bitter comes in and kind of just like takes over and like washes that sweetness away so it doesn't become too much. And of course the floral from the gin, along with the dryness behind the bitter, it's such a great complementary drink for all these ingredients to go together. And it's perfect for taking us out of those winter drinks and preparing us for the sour, bitter daiquiris and mojitos and all the sweet drinks that are coming with the fruitiness of the summer. This is the perfect go-between to kind of branch that, and you can drink it any time of day. It can be a brunch drink, it can be a after dinner drink, a happy hour drink, a late night before bed drink. It runs the gamut of being almost a perfect cocktail. And the only reason I say it's not perfect is because I already have a perfect cocktail that I like. So, but this, I mean, I would put this along with the daiquiri as far as 3 ingredients that go so well together. It's a given that they just are supposed to go together. It is one of the most perfect cocktails. Well, that is the Negroni. So please go check out Pod Tiki at podtiki.com or Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, like I said before, Stitcher, iHeart, we're all over the place. Go check out the YouTube channel, Pod Tiki on YouTube. Please subscribe so I can start doing some live videos and interacting with you guys in the group or live. Always go check out, if you want any past episodes, or pad episodes, whatever you're into. If you want any past episodes, go check out podtiki.com. There's a archive section for Pod Tiki. There's also a recipe index. If you want any of these recipes that we've discussed over the years, they're all there, divided into categories by like tiki, tropical, speakeasy, even some of my original cocktails are in there. Please rate and review and subscribe and all the things that we've been telling you to do for years and years and years since you've been watching YouTube videos and social media videos. You guys, if you don't know the routine by now, I don't have to tell you anymore. But please do it. And I'm not even sure if that does anything. I'm just repeating what I hear other people say. So, click the buttons and do the things. So, until next time, I am Tony. This has been Pod Tiki. Go check us out on Instagram, pod_tiki, rum_poet. And I will bid you adieu as I go and sip my Negroni in the sunshine. That